So wrecked him, it damn near killed him. Hello and welcome back to the Madmen with a Box live stream. Our weekly live stream where we're here to talk about all the Doctor Who news, and oh boy, is it a very controversial week. But we'll get to that soon. I'm joined with Professor Pixel, or just Pixel.
Just Pixel, that's right. I lost my laptop and my doctorate.
Yeah, well, the laptop was a deal with the doctorate, so you can't use it without the doctorate.
That's right. It didn't die. It got taken away from me.
It got taken away. When you lost your doctorate, you lost your doctorate, you lost your laptop at the same time. It's like, whereas if I lose the Oz, I don't lose this. Australia didn't pay for this entire setup. I had to, with my hardworking money, but I have to give them tax. The pricks. But anyway, after we do all the news, our topic for the live stream at the end will be which episode had the better companion exit. Is it The Chase from Season 2, or Doomsday from Series 2? I actually did not realize that when we picked it.
Yeah, Series 2.
Season 2, Series 2.
Is that the controversy? Pixel losing his doctorate?
No, it's not controversial. I remind everyone every week that Pixel is a fraud. He's a fake. He's a liar.
Okay.
But anyway, speaking of stuff that isn't fake, I don't know how to word this because I don't have our messages up to pick which topic we're going to talk about first. Speaking of something, did you know this?
Something that might be fake?
What? I was going to say something where there's always a twist at the end.
Oh, yeah, so Susan Twist returning?
Yes, so apparently Susan Twist will return for Doctor Who Season 2 / Series 14.
Yeah.
I don't care.
No, I don't really care either.
I feel like her story was done.
Maybe that's the twist. Oh. Do you want to talk about the biggest plot twist, though?
What is that?
He's back. Not in Doctor Who. With, of course, Big Finish. But with Rose.
Yes.
Christopher Eccleston has returned to Big Finish for another series. But with Rose Tyler at his side. It is Series 1B. Kind of.
Series 1.2. So, yes. Big news on my birthday, which is coincidentally also Christopher Eccleston's birthday. News came out that he would be reuniting with Billie Piper to reprise their roles as the Ninth Doctor and Rose Tyler in a new series of audio adventures with Big Finish. So I'm kind of excited. This might bring me back because I felt like that was the problem with the first lot of box sets. It's like, it's a novel idea of him traveling by himself, but it felt so obvious they wanted to do stuff with Nine and Rose, but they couldn't.
So it's also following this new format that they're doing for Jodie too. They're going to have basically single adventures. It's not going to be volumes. It's going to be single adventures.
Yeah.
Get them almost, every month or bi-monthly?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I mean, it has its positives. Like, if you feel like that, you read the description of a story and you feel like, that might not interest me. Like, you're not getting it stuck in a box set. But then again, it's like, you're charging for these stories individually. And, like, how long are they going to be? an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess
Hello,
so.
Jeff.
Hello, Jess Buck. Yeah. Here's the thing. I think another way of looking at it, though, is that for a good long while, we're going to be getting consistent content featuring characters that we love.
Yes.
Or that we like and want to love.
Pixel's
And
only saying that because he doesn't like Rose.
I don't. This isn't going to help, by the way, because it doesn't change the fact. I'm sorry. I don't hate Rose like I did for a while. But yeah, alternate releases, as Sean is saying, we're going to be getting the alternative of 9 and 13 for 2 years. That's interesting. I am looking forward to the adventures. And I really, really hope that they can bring us something strong.
Jess Puck says, but 9 and Rose are the best duo. That's what Christopher Eccleston believes, because I got the article here. He says, I'm so happy to be back recording more adventures for the Ninth Doctor with Billy. I don't think my Doctor exists without Rose. He's a one-man, one-companion kind of alien. We've explored him on his own at Big Finish as a loner, but there's a resilience and a bravery and a deep empathy to Billy as Rose. That's why I do this. They complete each other. Yeah, like I said, it was fairly obvious in those box sets that they wanted to do the Ninth Doctor with a companion, with Rose. But because he can't have a full-time companion until Rose, he just kept getting stuck with, like, temporary companions.
Yep. But now we're going to be getting them for, like, 12 adventures. That's solid. I like that. Hopefully there's more. Like,
Hopefully. We'll see how this...
Let's see how they are.
This probably will be successful, because... Yeah, you're having 9 and Rose back together.
I also want to say that I've been seeing far too much online about pirating your Big Finish. Don't do that. don't do that. I don't like that.
Jess says, I don't know why they were so resistant to doing the money.
Also, it was probably that money. But it was also probably see, mooching is fine because friendship has a I've paid for a few, okay? Paid for a few. No. I see, I'm not going to go ahead and say don't do that. But you shouldn't go ahead and be seeking to just steal. Don't just steal. Don't do that. That's not good. Hello to Gevain, adding him to the stage. So,
hello.
Hello. We're still in the middle of news.
All right.
Welcome to the party. But yeah, so 9 and Rose back again with Big Finish. It'll be hopefully very good.
That'd be interesting.
That might be the first that Gevain's heard of it, though.
What's that?
Christopher Eccleston is doing 12 stories with Big Finish that have Rose, Billy Piper. She's back.
Are you serious? Wow.
I'm very serious.
That was funny. I was just finishing up. I finished up the Series 2 finale and was doing a quick jaunt through Series 4 finale. Journey's End. Was enjoying it. The most superhero of the finales.
Very much so.
The Avengers Endgame before Avengers.
There you go.
Jess asked, the new season is just around the corner. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
April.
We assume April. We assume May. Who knows? But what we do know is that we're getting some new books with our new Doctor, new companion duo. So 2 books, Spectral Scream by Hannah Ferguson and Fear, Death by Water by Emily Cook will be published on May 29th. And if you're wondering why we haven't shown the articles, this is because Pixel can't do it on an iPad.
Yeah, my laptop died. It died. Super died. So yeah, no.
We can't show it because I really like the covers.
I really
on
like
these books.
They
look so damn good.
One, you have Shooty on a ship, and he has the Sonic out, and it looks like he's grabbing the rope right behind him. It looks very actiony, very cool. How dare you, Jess Puck? The other one, it's just what is it?
It's
Belinda?
the Doctor and
Belinda.
Yes.
And the Doctor just standing in a colorful field, but it's still very nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, Belinda Chandra. Yeah. So far we've already done reviews on all. I think all three. Yeah, we've done reviews on all three of the first lot of Shooty's new series Avengers novels, ranging from good to okay. So I don't know. These could be good as well. I'm very interested.
Okay. Now we have to talk about the thing we don't want to talk about.
Oh no, guys! I want to say thank you one and all to the monthly Doctor Who is cancelled meeting. Okay, remember to grab a drink. There's cookies to the side as well. So meeting is in session. Yeah, apparently Doctor Who might get the axe. Apparently Shooty might be leaving because, according to the Sun, very reputable, very definitely not biased. News site, the Sun, posted an article a few days ago saying exterminate ? Doctor Who facing axe as lead star Shooty Gatwa quits amid woeful ratings and fans' fury at woke storylines. Going into it, saying that Doctor Who is facing the axe, with star Shooty Gatwa poised to quit and crew claiming to be laid off. The recent series suffered abysmal ratings, with fans outraged by the BBC shoehorning wokery into storylines. Saying that I'm trying to, because there's a part here where I'm like, wow, this is so stupid.
While you look for that, Jess Puck, yeah, super reputable source. Also, did you hear about the man who got probed by an alien in Kansas? That's right. You can find out about that on the Sun too.
So I think the Daily Sun
damn,
is
it's not on the
Britain's version of National Enquirer.
I think so, yeah. Or National Examiner, whichever one. Doesn't really matter. It's so God.
New York Post.
Now, they're saying that stuff like, oh, yeah, one of the big ones saying is like, oh, it's too woke. The fans don't like that. It's too woke. Saying like the first full series had plot slamming everything from capitalism to Christianity and introduced a new enemy played by a drag queen. And it's like, oh no, we're criticizing capitalism. Oh no. Sure, like capitalism isn't controlling all of us. We're giving money to various organizations for content. Sure, that's just unfortunately how the world works. But it's like, oh no, we can't criticize capitalism. We can't criticize Christianity.
Not to go ahead and
talk
about the fact that
the criticizing Christianity. It's not even saying that Christianity is bad, because I think it's boom. They're talking about boom.
Oh God, where you have basically, yeah, no, the religious army. Yeah, no, that's not great, guys. No, absolutely not.
No.
But it's just ridiculous to me.
And also, like, the Doctor even says that just like that faith isn't always a bad thing. It's more to do in the lines of like blind faith.
Not the sacred cows.
No, I can't see it on the Sun, but I think there was another site that was reporting on this, also saying that, oh yeah, it's because the show is too woke, like saying that, oh, this new series had the Doctor wearing latex tops and skirts. I'm like, do you know the difference between a skirt and a kilt? Fucking moron.
No, they don't.
The Doctor is not wearing skirts. It's a kilt. The Daily Mirror also reported on it. Yeah, also very reputable. I think the whole woke outrage, it's like That's what it is. It's just it's stupid, and also I don't think that BBC would like cancel it because it's too woke.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
It's very much a stretch, but apparently, someone is claiming, an insider is claiming that Shooty has already filmed his regeneration exit. He doesn't want to be tied to the series beyond this and plans to relocate to LA with several Hollywood projects standing by for him. His team also see a lot of fan backlash from the series and don't want the perception of him still being the Doctor to get in the way of any future work. I don't believe that, because a lot of like terrible people did not like Jodie's run because she is a female, and she still has a career after Doctor Who. It's not like her team was like, okay, Jodie, you need to leave because you're getting backlash because of this. Like, no.
She stayed on for a bit. So.
She stayed on for 3 series. 3 series and specials. And then she got work, like, kind of almost, well, aside from like having a kid, she got work almost straight away afterwards. She had a show here in Australia. She's got another show that's coming out on, I think, Netflix.
And I can see what Just Puck is saying too. He was just in the Barbie movie, and then he was in another one.
He's famous because of Sex Education.
Sex Education. Yeah, no, I could see it, but
he's getting too popular, and he wants more roles. But
to say that it's because the show is too woke, you're an idiot. You're absolutely an idiot. You should feel bad.
Yeah, as Gregovan 3 says, is the woke monster in the room with us right now? It's like, it's people that are like always try to do this whole like, oh, Doctor Who's not political. Doctor Who has never had these quote unquote woke elements. You've been watching the show with your eyes closed and your fingers in your ears.
The big Egyptian dog leeching off the TARDIS represents the news sources. Leeching.
Yes, exactly.
There you go.
But like, yeah, like all these elements, it's like they've always been there. It's just because of the current climate with social justice, political climate, and all that stuff. That it's more of a noticeable element. So you're purposely just being ignorant to what's been in the show in the past.
Yeah.
Listen, I have watched some very terrible television where they totally sacrificed character and story for politics. And that's horrible. I don't like that. But Doctor Who, this show goes ahead and has social commentaries. Absolutely. Has for a long time.
Look at Russell's first series when he brought it back.
Yeah.
This Levine 2-parter is social commentary on politics. It's a political commentary. Like, again, are you watching the show with your eyes closed and fingers in your ears? This has always been in here. Oh, they're putting pronouns in Doctor Who. The third Doctor refers to the Alpha Centauri as like what? As they?
It.
Oh, as it? Like it's not a he or a she. It's an it. Like, and also pronouns are free in our free fucking English language. Okay, so they're gonna be there regardless. It's so stupid. And the Sun, you should not be taking the Sun at face value. They always like to do this shit. They did it with David after his first series. They claimed that he was leaving after series 2, which was obviously that did not happen. They claimed that Ollie Alexander was the choice after Jodie Whittaker. That Ollie was going to be the Doctor. Clearly wasn't the choice. Turned out to be both David and Shooty, because we didn't know the twist at the time. You know, there's always a twist at the end. So you should not be taking the Sun or any of these news sites at face value. Until Shooty himself says something, I'm not believing this. And now when it comes to the show being axed, the BBC has already said that's not happening.
No.
Which, again, you could twist and say they're trying to save face. Maybe they might be, and they just don't want to admit it yet. But
it's one of their biggest programs. It's still one of their biggest
even with ratings not being as good as it used to be, it's still one of their biggest properties. I'll believe it once the Hollywood Reporter says something. I'll believe it once Pop Crave says something. Okay. I'll believe it when it said when the article comes out and it says Shooty Gatwa stuns with announcing Doctor Who departure.
Yeah,
Doctor Who is still one of the biggest exports in the TV and film industry of the UK. It still is.
Yep.
Hey,
we're out of jobs. We're out of jobs.
Connor, welcome back to the. Like I said at the start, welcome back to the monthly Doctor Who is dead. Doctor Who is cancelled meeting. Take a seat. There's drinks to the side, food on the other side.
I have Code Red today. I have Baja Blast I can go grab for you.
Can of Pepsi Max. But no, it's
stupid. It's just
stupid. It's stupid, and it's obviously the Sun is incredibly biased.
I mean, it's the center of the universe. Of course it's biased. It has us all revolving around it.
Connor says, I reckon there's sadly some truth to it.
Maybe about Shooty leaving, but it wouldn't be because the show is too woke.
It would most likely, if the thing is, if Shooty is leaving, it's more than likely because he's getting more job offers and he wants to do them, and Doctor Who would impede on that. Yeah. And he wouldn't be able to handle doing it at the same time. That's why we had an entire episode in the previous series that he was hardly in it, because he was also filming Sex Education at the same time. So imagine that, but constantly, that's just his career.
Even if, let's say, Disney decides, hey, we got the second season and we really don't care about you anymore. Here's your show back. It's still going to be on the BBC. The BBC isn't going to be getting rid of Doctor Who anytime soon.
It would just be now the BBC
not when
has
they
to
keep making episodes of the EastEnders.
Hey, I can't blame them. They're still doing fucking home and away here. Connor says, did you see the David Tennant is coming back rumors? They always do that. And it's like, David Tennant's coming back. He's coming back to save the show. And it's like, that's kind of.
Oh, is that what you
not
said?
Wrong.
I saw a rumor saying that he might be coming back for an episode in series 3. They're speculating. Which
they say that, and I think that's also the unfortunate thing with Russell doing this whole bi-generation. Is just like, oh, now there's like people can say, well, the 14 is still there. We don't know how that we don't really know how that ends, because Russell can't fucking explain anything. So they're just saying stuff at this point.
You're just going on the. People go on the internet and lie? Who would do that?
David Tennant might come back with Shooty's regeneration. Who knows? Again, we Russell did not explain bi-generation, so we don't know what's in store for the future.
Because he could have gone ahead and had a whole myth around it and go ahead and put some of that to add some mystery. But instead of adding mystery, it just leaves something unsolved. I can what's the word?
Come on. First letter sounds like, rhymes with.
Ambiguity. Yeah.
Ambiguity?
Yes, thank you. Okay. Yes, I can deal with that, but I can't deal with it when it's something that's just shrugged off. Like, there should be some element. He should still be wondering, why did this happen? What's out there? But they don't even have that.
No. Jess asks, I really wonder who they have lined up for the next Doctor.
I don't know.
I think it's Matt Smith, guys. I think it might be Peter Capaldi.
And guess what? Stephen Moffat's coming back. He's gonna run the show again.
I think it might be Chris Pratt, maybe Tom Holland.
Yeah, this is way too.
So many people would cry about a Moffat too, and I can't blame them. But you know who wouldn't complain? This guy. I love Moffat, and he
at
did
this point, I feel like
talk about it. He said that about coming back and running the show. He says, "I'm not going to say anything anymore. Like, I mean, I said I would have come back to write, and I already have, but I'm not going to say anything. You wouldn't believe me if I said no anyway."
Yeah, exactly. As Sean says, it's going to be some relatively unknown person. Yep, me.
I've always liked that idea. The master taking a past doctor's face. I think it could work excellently, but they're not going to do it.
And yes, mostly because of Morbius. Yeah, I can't wait for there to be a scene where the master dances. Have sex.
Well, I mean, he danced you saw he danced the
Yeah, dance the rescue team. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. But no, I don't think at this point Doctor Who is cancelled. I don't think we're going to have another Wilderness Years, even though fucking Big Finish would love that. Big Finish would love that. The novels would love that. Bring Virgin New Adventures comes back again. Connor said, a new Doctor. It's like, bitch, I don't know this current Doctor. Yeah, that's another problem. Is just we don't really know.
We got him more. We got to give him some more time. And
let him
honestly,
let him cook.
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Hopefully, Russell cooks something better this time.
I'm not trusting. I honestly think Russell needs to leave. He really does. Russell, since he's come back, has barely cooked. I think we need to do an Andor approach and just get someone that is not a fan of Doctor Who as the showrunner and just cares about doing really good stories and doing really good characters. We need an Andor approach, okay?
Yeah.
Big Finish are at the stage where they look for their own minuscule gaps and put 10 box sets in between. Yeah, pretty much. People wrote off Shooty before. He's had time to breathe. I do think that's also because with Series 1, it's shorter episode count. In one of them, he's barely in it. In another one, you could technically say he's barely in it, but he's in there in person at the end.
And it has one of his strongest performances.
And it does have one of his strongest performances. Sean says, I want Russell to showrun, but not write a single episode. Honestly, yeah, I want Russell to write less episodes, which seems like this could be the case with the new season coming up.
I think he's only writing, the first and the last? I think it's just that.
No, I think he's writing a few more than that. Because, yeah, there's
8 episodes in a season.
There's 4 new writers. Was it 4 or 3? There's like 4 or 3 new writers. No, 3 writers. 1 is a returning writer. Because it's Pete McTinge.
Okay, so maybe, maybe 2-parters at the start and the
Jess asks, okay, but who's a British sci-fi writer who could showrun and also doesn't care about Doctor Who? Okay, why are we just limiting it to British? Also sci-fi writer? Actually, no. Actually make sure they're a sci-fi writer. Because we saw, again, I hate to bring it up, I know, but it's the only comparison I can make is like what happened with Chibnall when he brought in writers that had nothing, that did not touch sci-fi at all.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Listen.
There we go. I've mentioned, for the people who want to constantly bitch about Chibnall, I've mentioned it. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Oh, Sean makes a good point. Who hasn't been cancelled either? Sorry, Neil Gaiman. Which at this point, I don't want you fucking anywhere near any property at this point, Neil.
No, you're gone, buddy.
You are gone. Get the fuck out of here. Get him out of here. New writers sound great because we need new blood in the new season. Exactly. As much as I love Stephen Moffat, okay? I love him.
More
Stephen
Moffat.
Moffat.
More.
I need some new voices.
If I
Which is
get
funny because again, in that
Moffat
season,
episode
the other non-written RTD episode was one of the best ones, and it was by a new writer, new writers, to Doctor Who.
Oh, Rogue?
Yeah,
that's good.
that's one of the standout good episodes, and it wasn't written by Russell or Stephen Moffat. As Sean says, I felt like Pete McTinge was being trained as the next showrunner, but I think they realized he's not showrunner quality. That's because his two previous episodes were Kablam and Praxius. And I'm like, no, thank you. Go away, please.
The thing is, he has done an excellent job in
the collections.
In the collections. For the collections, when they film
I will give him that.
He's done a great job with that. And that's after his time on
Doctor Who, probably.
Yeah. So people can grow, people can change. I mean, Russell, he was a great writer in all this, and then he gave us one of the worst finales that we've seen. One of the worst finales that we've seen. Yeah.
This is what you've turned us into Russell T Davies.
And that's
the haters of Who.
That's sack Russell T Davies.
Sack Julie Gardner. Sack Jane Tranter. And sack Russell T Davies. I feel like we should have a soundboard so we can always play that. I always love when I'm watching the 50% Doctor Who podcast and just Connor Reid just fucking hits the soundboard with the soundbite. That costs money, and I don't know how I'm gonna fucking work that into.
It used to be easier to do, but now I don't have a laptop, so it's gonna be harder to do. Buddies,
I don't know. Just get the Andor guy to do Doctor Who. He probably doesn't like
it. The thing is, I don't really agree with that. I think that they need to have some understanding of Doctor Who. They have to have some teeth in it. That's right. It's time for Mark Gatiss to be the showrunner.
Actually, I would allow that just to piss Jimmy off. Okay, I'll make an exception for Marky Mark.
He hasn't written anything yet either in this new era. He hasn't written anything since Series 10.
We need to change that.
Change that right now.
Bring him back.
Bring it back. He could be the returning writer next year, and then just the rest you'll have for new.
Sleep No More 2.
I need the sequel. There's supposed to be a sequel. There is supposed to be a sequel.
I need whimsy. I need good fucking stories. That's what I need. Sure, whimsy's great, but
for the love of stories. For the love of stories. Oh my god. There's a TikTok that I saw the other day that had somebody, it was a woman, she put on a bald cap and she put on this really obviously fake goatee. And she was cosplaying Nick Briggs, basically, going around this field. Do you want monthly audio releases for all your characters? Jackie Tyler meeting the Ward.
That sounds like something Nicholas Briggs would do.
That's so great.
I love Death to the Daleks. It's the best thing in existence.
Marquis returned as the master. He plays a good villain.
I'm pretty sure that's not Mark Gatiss. It's Sam Kisgrat.
That's right. Is anyone? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
I'm trying to. Again, I'm trying to be excited, but that Series 14 just was a huge letdown. I'm trying to.
I am ready. My body is ready.
But I'm too busy. I'm too busy watching Dinosaur Doctor Who instead. Primeval. Bring that back. It ends on a cliffhanger. Bring it back.
They did do a sequel series on Sci-Fi, you know.
No, it was a spin-off.
But it was set after, so like
It technically yes, but it's a spin-off. And the only connection to the original series was the character of Connor, who was in the first and last episodes. I'm like, no thanks. I'm out of here. I'm not watching Bone Kickers. I feel like that's a fake TV show that you created a Wikipedia page for just to trick me.
Okay. I think it's time. We've talked about the death of Doctor Who. Now let's talk about the death of Doctor Who.
This doesn't even work to our fucking topic. What are you on about?
One of the episodes of The Chase is labeled The Death of Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And there was 2 doctors.
That's right. The first time there's 2 doctors on screen.
Which is so funny when it's like, you clearly see that one of them is not William Hartnell until you get them in the scenes where he has to trick them.
Yes, I know my orders.
Yes, I know my orders. Seek and destroy. Kill that man.
Of course.
But yes, we're here for our topic. Our topic, we decided which episode had the better companion departure, and we chose because they both had Daleks in them, and you know the obvious go-to could have been the first companion departure, but no. I think we've already talked about Dalek Invasion of Earth, so we picked The Chase for Classic Who and Doomsday for New Who, because they were both which I didn't realize until today, coincidentally are the second series in Classic and New Who respectively. Yep. So Gevain.
Yes, sir.
What is your pick? Which of these 2 stories had the better companion departure?
Even though family members of mine hate her with a passion, I have to say that Rose Tyler in the series 2 finale took this one home. Not just from the actual departure itself, but also it had the better story. I'm still going to myself, exterminate, delete, Dalek superior, Cybermen inferior. It was, if there was a way to send out a companion, this was it. And for it to be the first companion departure exit for modern Who, they really nailed it on all cylinders. Rose was definitely her most likable in terms of her run as a companion. The moments with Jackie were great. So it wasn't, in a sort of a sense, it wasn't just the departure of Rose, but also Jackie and Mickey as well, who were also erstwhile companions. And just all the little bits between her and the Doctor, and the way they just kind of tied up the 2 series with this sort of like the beginnings of his family, if you will, for 9/10 more 10. I thought they really did a good job. I thought they handled the romance part of it well. Definitely, there's the romantic tension there. Even though it's weird that a 900-year-old guy would be have romantic feelings for a 19-year-old. I'll leave that alone. She's barely legal, as we say in the States. But other than that, she's still grown, I guess. But other than that, I just thought the way they handled everything in terms of bringing everything together. It was definitely, it's the first time you kind of see, I think in Who in general, if I'm remembering other companions, where this is the first time you see a companion who is really, I think, just not in love with the Doctor. Well, not just in love with the Doctor, but also just wants to be there, is like concerned that he's doing it by himself. And I just think they got everything across. I think they got it across great. So I think Rose really went out with a bang. She went out heroically, which is something that I think sometimes she came off bratty during her run and very self-centered, if you will. But in this case, seeing her like be very sacrificial. Now, even though the rescue by Pete was dodgy, I mean, with all that void sucking into all that void sucking going on, yeah, basically, it's like, bro, you would have been over the minute you got. It's like, oh no, well that they tried, but like I said, I think there was a lot to it, and and the whole the final goodbye at Bad Wolf Bay, I think was really done well. The fact that they left everything unspoken, and the fact that the only indication that you get from the doctor are basically the tears running down his cheek, which could be he just is going to miss his friend, or he said something that we later found out, which they still left ambiguous, which I think was good. Yeah, it was well done. Now to compare it to the chase I think just suffers from the fact that it was done in the 60s. I think the story was just as good. I love the idea of the Daleks. Even I'm not really quite sure what the motivation was, but I love the idea of the Daleks chasing the Doctor and the companions through time. But I think it has to lose out because Daleks versus Mechanoids is not as good as Daleks versus Cybermen. It just didn't quite do it. And what I did like about the chase departure was, again, you had that kind of thing of like, you have the first Doctor, he like kind of doesn't want to admit that he just really is going to miss Ian and Barbara. It's more like he's just being very like abrasive. It's almost like he reverts back to how he was dealing with them when he first met them, which I thought was a nice callback. But it's like really he cares about them, and I like the interplay between him and Vicky, where Vicky that's her name, right? Vicky knows that's the girl. Yeah, that was Vicky. She knows why he's doing it, and she basically doesn't say anything, but she comforts him nonetheless. And I forgot, I did want to give some bonus points to the series 2 finale, because if there's one thing that Gevain Dargan likes, it's cleavage. And I have to say, in the series 2 finale, there was so much cleavage. It was fantastic. It was just wonderful. Even though she went out as a Cyberman for God, duty, and country and all that, she also did a great duty just having it all hang out there, boys. But anyway, that's my. Just remember, when I give it a 0.5, that's
So
what
Gevain,
That's definitely not what we were critiquing it on, but okay.
I mean, if we're critiquing it on that though, anyway.
Pixel, you're engaged. Remember, don't say anything.
What?
You're engaged. Remember, don't say anything.
That's right. That's how you get into trouble.
Yep.
Get married.
That's right. Says the married man down there. Anyway, wasn't even thinking about that. You totally threw me off course, Gevain. How dare you? Okay. I love the chase. I really, really do. I really, really do. I talk about it. It's one of my favorite First Doctor stories.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the TV show. But okay, yeah, go ahead.
Why do I do this show again? Anyway.
Hey, Doctor Who connection. Isn't Bradley Walsh one of the hosts?
I don't know.
Continue.
This is a clear winner, and I wish I had realized how much of a clear winner it would have been. It's absolutely Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. Just the interaction between the Daleks and the Cybermen is enough.
Okay, I'll write
technology.
It's the chase. He's the host of the chase.
Our technologies are compatible. Though Daleks have no concept of, your design is inelegant. Daleks have no concept of elegance. This is clear. Just that goes ahead and wins it. But even though I've never actually cared for Rose like everybody else, and I'm not a fan of doctor romancing 19-year-old girls on the planet Earth. I have to go ahead and give it to Army of Ghosts and Doomsday because all the emotion is there. Even if you don't like that dynamic, you can't deny that. And the story is just, it's big, it's epic. While I do love the Daleks getting thrown around by Frankenstein, I still have to give it to Doomsday. Chris.
Yeah, I think it's unanimous. I think it's Bradley Walsh's The Chase. No. No, I do like The Chase, and I think the problem is the fact that we already had like a really emotional companion departure in Dalek Invasion in the same series. But it is a very fitting, like, that Ian and Barbara get their happy ending. They get to go back. They've made it back to London, maybe 2 years later. 1965. It's so funny. We have to pay to be on a bus. But no, Doomsday works much better as the companion departure because you've had a whole series of developing the Doctor and Rose's relationship, even with the change of becoming a different Doctor.
Yep.
And then it works for it being bittersweet that she's now trapped in a parallel universe, because the whole big thing is the fact that, like, even like Jackie says in Army of Ghosts, is just like, you're like, even like act like him now. She's becoming a completely different person. She wants to be completely with the Doctor, even when the Doctor tells her, like, earlier in the series, it's school reunion, just like, you can spend the rest of your life with me, I can't spend the rest of mine with yours.
Yep.
And it's just like, so very clearly building up and setting up that, like, this is what's going to happen, like, they're going to have to split, and it works really well, and it's very bittersweet, it's very sad, it's very emotional. So Doomsday does it much, much better.
Now, no. Even me, Chase Lover number one, even if you put the episodes against each other, Army of Ghosts and Doomsday is better.
Yeah.
Better. It wins.
But Doomsday doesn't have Frankenstein's monster beating the shit out of a Dalek, okay?
Also doesn't introduce the mechanoids.
Doesn't introduce Steven.
It's true.
Weird American guy that Peter Purvis is also playing.
Oh, the weird American guy.
Yeah.
Wait. What do you got going on down there?
What do you got down there?
Yeah.
They don't have this back in Alabama. Woo!
The fact that the Daleks didn't exterminate him on site is ridiculous.
You know, it's funny. I looked up that character. Apparently, he just gets put into a mental asylum because they think he's crazy.
He deserves it.
He deserves it.
He went back for the mascot. At that part, I was like, really, bro? Really? You know, she's dangling off a damn skyscraper and you go back for it.
Hilarious.
So do we rank these individually, or
no?
We just say which one we thought was the better one.
Yeah, because we've reviewed both these episodes before, I think.
We haven't done The Chase.
Oh, we'll save that.
The first time
we'll save
about
that.
The Chase.
We'll save that for a discussion about the episode.
You have to watch all 200 million episodes of The Chase. Bradley Walsh is the host.
Go.
Used to like that show.
Anyway, I think that's the end of our show, boys.
All right.
So long, everybody.
That's it. Doomsday, 3 to Doomsday, not 4 to Doomsday, or 4 to Doomsday. So all three of us picked Doomsday. We've all unanimously decided that Doctor Who is dead. It's cancelled. You've heard it here. You've heard it here first, okay? Sorry to break it to you. The fancy sci-fi show is dead. I don't know. Or is it?
I don't know.
I don't run it.
I'm ready for,
Russell T Davies.
who's ready for the new Wilderness year so BBV can go ahead and make...
Oh no!
That's
BBC don't cancel a BBC. We can't give Bill Braggs that power again.
No, never again. Never
We're gonna
again.
get weird naked former doctor, former companion scenes. They're gonna be weirdly naked for some reason. BBC, don't do that.
Please, no.
What series was that again? No.
Stop it! Bad! Stop it! This is the end of the show!
It's after 11:30 here in America. It's allowed.
See you next time, Alonze.